Hey everyone, so this is the Mixbus control surface that I've been working on. Yep, it's not what will be the kit, but it's a proof of concept to make sure I can get the software and the hardware all running as desired. This one's actually going off to Tom to do a load of alpha testing. Tom from Mixbus Soundstage Facebook group. He's going to give me some feedback on it and stuff. So there is no fader on this one. Don't panic. There will be an option for a fader on the sort of the kit setup that I have planned. But Tom actually has a fader system, so he would prefer a trim. So I put a trim on it instead. So as I say, this is not what the kit would look like, but it's just to show you that, you know, it's totally possible to get a control surface that does all this stuff working, and really for my design development. So obviously you can see these are all just knobs that I've grabbed from the old storeroom. This is a guitar knob, but works fantastically as a little jog wheel. Obviously, you know, we'll find some proper jog wheels and stuff. So let me just start on the right. I think is the best place to start. So we have sets of buttons. There's 5 buttons down the side at the moment. We've got the mixer window, the editor window, the meter bridge, so I can turn that on and off, a big clock timer, and the sidebar for the edit window. Now that is customizable within Mixbus, so you can decide what you want to look at when you press those, or what you want each of those buttons to do. We have transport across the bottom, rewind. We have fast forward. We have play. We have stop, and this is record, but I've not got anything armed to record yet, so there's no point in me showing you that. These 2 buttons here are controls for which channel on the mixer you're working on, and it will be the one that's highlighted in the edit window. So as I said, we've got trim control. Hopefully you can see that there. Trim control from this rotary encoder. We've got the pan control. This is a little bit flimsy, this setup, and it's all sort of held together by goodwill and hot glue at the moment, but obviously once we get these on printed circuit boards, it'll all be completely free of all these trailing wires and so on. I've assigned these just for the sake of this, you know, setup, this controller, to have functionality. So we've got a solo control, press stop, solo control there, and a mute control on this one. Now as I say, you know, we'll probably have a fader in it or something, but Tom was pretty keen to get this trim control, so so I added that for him. The next section here is the dynamics. So as you can see, we can control the different options of the dynamics section with these knobs here. And I will add a control, so when you press this down and rotate it, you'll skip through the different types of compressor or limiter or the, you know, the side chain or whatever. So that'll be quite a useful little feature. But yeah, I mean, it's nice just to grab that. We couldn't really validate having a motorized fader for the threshold, but I think it works quite well. You just grab it and you kind of become used to doing that. So the next section to the left is the auxiliaries, and this controls the first 4 auxiliaries. If I press one and I turn it, it controls the next set of 4 auxiliaries, which is great, you know. Maybe Maybe we'll put I pressed play there by accident. Maybe we'll put more of these on, or a shift button or something, because the press and hold button the press and hold functionality on the auxiliaries is a bit tricky actually. And then of course this section here, well, yeah, it is the EQ, and the benefit of this is that you can just grab the controls, and you don't have to look at the control surface, you just look at the screen like you're working on a desk. This kind of physical feel meets what you're working on in your vision, is almost like grabbing the actual knob. It takes maybe 10 minutes to adjust to it, and then you just don't even think about it. It's a fantastic workflow. So basically that's the ins and outs of how this prototype controller is working. There may be a number of changes. Currently I'm running it USB through the HUI protocol, which works great for kind of a single small unit like this, but I think when we're talking about expanding to much larger systems, then the potential of actually doing this via OSC is something we're sort of looking at really. But yeah, that's the controller. If you think that I should go for Mixbus 32C layout instead of the Mixbus layout, or maybe something where you could work with both, then let me know. Let me know what you think is good about this. Obviously it's very early stages in the prototyping, and this is, you know, just done on proto board. There's going to be some additional functionality where you push and twist. Do we want the shift button for these auxiliaries? What would be nice to have as extra controls hidden within these these controls here on a push or a shift functionality? I don't think we need a screen, because we can kind of, you know, we can kind of work in a way where we just flick through these. I've got some non-active tracks there, but we can flick through these, and you know, the moving around the session is really easy. One thing that I find a little bit weird is that play is here and stop is here. Maybe it should be stop play, but this mirrors the Mixbus transport, so I don't know whether we should think about changing that or not. Likewise, these function buttons default to mixer for function 1 and editor for function 2, but as we see, the buttons are the other way round on the screen there, so perhaps we'll, you know, default these the other way round, but that can all be done within Mixbus. Do we need more buttons for functions? Obviously we're going to have a nice jog wheel option. How do we, you know, go about what do we think we need in terms of press control for the jog wheel, because we have got a press button in there that we may be able to implement some of the functionality with. Let me know your thoughts. As I say, I've got no price for this yet. It's got to be reasonable. I have no order, no release date either. It really depends on what you guys want and how many people want to sort of have the modules, and you know, whether they want 32C or Mixbus standard or both. Let me know your thoughts, and I will catch you very soon. So keep in touch, and I'll see you later.